are here at ASAPS 2019. I'm here with Dr. Gronka, and we're going to learn a little bit more about you and your time here. So, first question, how's ASAPS going for you? How do you like New Orleans?
I like both of those things a lot. I'm glad I don't live here because I think I'd be 500 pounds. I mean, the food is just incredibly good. So, and I'm a foodie, so that helps when those two things go together, you know. And the meeting has also been very good. It's been a lot. My brain is tired, honestly, from learning all the stuff that's here. It's just incredible.
Anything interesting that you've learned?
Well, I've learned so interesting. Like this. Well, here's the most interesting thing. So, walking to the conference center this morning, there was somebody dressed up as an alligator, which I found
this morning.
Found that slightly odd.
Okay.
Like, why would you dress up? Maybe it was a crocodile. I always get those two mixed up. But
all right.
I think the nose has something. But I found that strange. On a Monday morning in New Orleans on the street corner, someone would be dressed up as an alligator. But, you know, in the meeting, I would say the technology, I think, has really come to be a strong force in plastic surgery between introduction of analytical data for practices, techniques, energy-driven liposuction.
Energy meaning lasers, things like that, right? For people that might not.
Lasers, radio frequency.
Okay.
I've been particularly interested this year in radio frequency energy to tighten skin in a non-surgical. Well, I mean, it's not totally non-surgical, but not cutting. The traditional way to tighten skin was to excise it and stitch it back together again, and I've seen some really good results, I think, with radio frequency energy tightening.
Awesome.
So I'm excited about that.
Let's backtrack a little bit. You said you really like the food here. Is there any restaurants or any type of food that you've eaten here that you are just...
So I don't know if I'm allowed to endorse them, but last night we went to Revolution, and I forget the second.
I saw that on the list of some of the options.
Man, that was good. You know, and I'm a medium foodie. I mean, there's a lot of people that know a lot more about it, but I learned a lot of stuff last night that I didn't know. It was pretty impressive. So I would put that high on the list. Of course, all the usual standards are out there too. I mean, there's gumbo on every corner, and but it's pretty impressive.
The crawfish.
Crawfish. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Anyway, a couple personal questions. So we'll start off with an easy one. What's your favorite color?
So it's purplish. I wish we could somehow turn the camera around because that. Yeah, like that. That's it. Because I was going to say that one down over there. Yes. Yes. That's it.
Magenta, maybe.
That's
what we call it. Yeah.
Because when I golf, and that's one of my hobbies, I put that color on the golf ball. It really hasn't helped my score at all, but it helps to put that color on there. It makes me calm.
Do you have a dot on there, or do you just kind of...
Oh, I go with the line, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The dot, I mean, it helps you to line up the putt. So, and if you watched the PGA yesterday, a lot of those guys had lines, but I don't know, their lines seem to work better than my lines. I don't know how they do it, but
might be why they're in the PGA.
I just maybe need a longer line, I'm thinking. Something like that.
All right. Or more practice.
Yeah, that probably helped.
Anyway, well,
it hasn't helped so far.
What are your hobbies?
Besides operating. Golf, that's probably number one on the list.
Okay.
I'm excited. My son and I are going as a group to golf in the west coast of Oregon in about a month, and it's going to be a challenge because we're playing 4 rounds of golf in one day. Which is actually going to be a challenge for my old body. So
that would be a challenge for anybody's body.
It's going to be interesting because it's part of the solstice at Bandon Dunes, and the idea is because it's the longest day of the year on the West Coast, it gives you some opportunity to golf more. So you wake up early, you go out there, and you just golf till you drop.
Sometimes after 18, I'm tired. I don't know how you're going to make it through 72.
But you get a T-shirt, So it's that motivating at the end of the day.
The T-shirt.
Yeah, it's all about the T-shirt. Yeah. So that's exciting. So golf, I'd say golf food. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Golf food and music. Those are my 3 surgical things.
Two of those things you got a lot of here.
Well, actually, we walked down after dinner at the restaurant we just discussed. We walked down Bourbon Street, and it's just amazing. We popped our head in a couple of those bars, and I mean, it's just incredible. Just in a bar on Bourbon Street, there's like 3 or 4 incredible bands, and I I play the drums, so that's kind of, I was interested in mostly the drum. I was drummer centric in terms of the reviews I was giving, but just phenomenal. Kind of remind me if you've ever been to Nashville, where you walk down that music, and they're just all Music Row, I think it's called. A lot of great bands. It's amazing. Just a lot of talented people out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's switch notes for a little bit. On the professional side, what about your profession do you like most?
Plastic surgery, I thought I was going to be a general surgeon, but I had some experiences in that training program that gave me exposure to the concept, the world of plastic surgery, and I like that people part of it. The general surgical part of it was more operating on folks necessarily, and I like that people part of plastic surgery, and the art part of it. It's much more challenging, I think, and it's a broader field and a lot of more things happening. Just that whole thing intrigued me, I think.
That's awesome. And if you weren't in this profession, what do you think you'd be doing?
I would like to pretend I'd be a professional golfer, but that's I don't think that would happen. That wouldn't have been. I would have been on the corner like the guy in the crocodile suit. But that's a good question. I always thought about that. I probably would have, in my fantasy world, tried to be a professional golfer, but I don't think it would have happened. Then I would have been really stuck. So I thought I was going to be a professional basketball player until, you get to a point and there's like a lot of other people dunking it.
Yeah.
And you're like, that guy's dunking it pretty easily, and I can't. But I once dunked a baseball.
Okay.
Because I could get my hand around it. I jumped and I just barely got it over the. I was like, yeah, I got it. But the whole basketball thing, I never. So at some point,
you're pretty tall, right?
Yeah, I was like 6. I used to be like 6'1". As you get older, you start getting shorter.
Yeah.
But then other guys around you are starting to do things that are like much beyond what you are. But so then you go, this ain't gonna work so good. I have a feeling that's what would have happened with golf.
Well, then good thing you're in the right profession, right?
Well, I don't know if it's the right profession, but I had to scramble and go, I got to do something else. Yeah.
A profession that you're good at and that you love.
There's that book that I'm blanking on the author, that if you do 10,000 hours of anything, you become really good at it. And there's that theory that if you concentrated those 10,000 hours to anything, you'd be really good. I'm not so sure that's true.
Yeah.
I think there's some inherent skill level that contributes to that,
Genetics have a lot to play. Basketball players, if you're 5'6", it's going to be a little difficult no matter how many hours to go out there and play in the NBA. But
I don't know if you saw Steph Curry. I just saw a thing on Twitter about him. He was fairly small in his early going, and there were, of course, like you hear those stories. A lot of coaches said, you really need to think about something else because you're not quite quick enough, you're not tall enough to take it to the next level. And of course, I don't think he truly believed in that. And he's actually taller than you think, but I think he's like 6'1", but he's not that tall. But
imagine how those people are feeling now.
Yeah, there was like, we weren't totally right about that. Yeah. So, same old story.
Anyway, last question.
Okay, go.
If you were an animal, any type of animal, what would you be? And you can't choose alligator because we talked too much.
Well, I know. Yeah, there's too many. They took
There's
that.
already one.
Yeah, there was already one out there. I was thinking like my astrological sign is Leo. So wouldn't that be the common answer? Wouldn't you go with your astrological sign? So a lion?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make sense?
It makes sense.
I couldn't be an elephant because my memory is not that great, so it's not an elephant.
Okay.
A camel, though, kind of is appealing to me because, you got it's kind of slow, steady. You got that water backup thing going. It's between a lion and a camel. Yeah.
They're totally different animals, but I like it.
Oh, are they different?
Yeah.
I thought, okay. Well, they're kind of in the same continent and stuff. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I guess so.
They're related somewhere along the line, but they look different.
They look a heck of a lot
Because
different.
the lion doesn't have the humps.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know, man. That's a good question. I have to think about that afterwards. Yeah.
So lion or camel?
Lion or camel, yeah.
Awesome.
Maybe a combination.
Hey, yeah.
A lamel.
A lamel. Or cayenne. Or Anyway, well, thanks so much for sitting down, sharing a little bit about yourself today. Appreciate
you
your time.
doing it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much.